Hello everyone, Cheek here with another Transformers review, and today I will be reviewing the Transformers Legacy Evolution comic universe, Tarn. And here he is out of the packaging. Here is the packaging. Looks pretty cool. That is his Altman, and he just fell over. There is a QR code if you'd like to check out his tech specs. Transforms in 27 steps. Evo Fusion Tank Mode. So yeah, that's about it for the packaging. Tarn himself looks amazing. A nice Decepticon logo for his face mask. Unfortunately, you can't take that off to reveal his comic book face underneath, but whatever. Still really cool. Absolutely love it. So much detail. Translucent purple plastic. I mean, nice little Decepticon emblem right there. Gold for his knee or brass, something like that. Silver and nice big old feet that allow him to stand what looks like sword hilts for like laser swords, who knows. That's how there's what's supposed to be in the comics, I really don't know. And a Megatron-esque double-barreled cannon on his forearm, which is the tank barrel. Or tank turret, not barrel, barrels, plural. Okay, and then one thing that's absolutely amazing. Let's see if we can get that on here very well. It's hard to get unless you have him like right in the light. Anyway, but he does have light piping in his eyes. It's very okay. There's a hint of it, but there is purple plastic, and it looks amazing if you get it. But unfortunately, if you look at his head, it's only right in the top instead of being the back of the head, which is what a lot of them did. I know they're trying to make it less intrusive looking, but I prefer that than to have it to where it's very hard to get the effect because you're not normally staring at the back of their noggin. Anyway, articulation. Head is on a ball joint. It does look up quite far, down about that far. It doesn't have much wiggly wag. Actually, it does have quite a bit of wiggly waggly. It can pretty much do a full 360. Arms can go out that far. Full 360, nice and stiff. Bicep swivel. About 90-degree bend at the elbow, wrist rotation, finger joint hinge. Yes, I know they're not separated, but since when do most Voyager class these days have hand articulation? Let's see. Okay, waist rotation, really nice. You can do the full splits, thigh rotation, over 90-degree bend at the knee. And not as much ankle tiltage as on some, but it is decent enough and very good in my opinion. Feels very sturdy, and you can do that, and you can also do that. So he has a very large range of motion for posability. It's absolutely awesome, and then he's just so cool in his robot mode. You can tell he's made more for robot mode, but even his tank mode isn't horrible. It doesn't feel like they sacrificed too much for it. Okay, so yeah, that's about it for his robot mode, although there are some things that you can do. You can take this off. Come on, right there. This is the turret thing. And then you can rotate this around. You don't necessarily have to, but you can. And then pretty much just put these up. Well, actually, no. I think it's supposed to be like this, but anyway, you take them like that, then you rotate these down, and then you can put this on the back like that, and then you have shoulder mounted guns, which is also pretty cool. Don't know if it is that way in the comics. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't really know, but I guess I can look into that real quick. Let's take that off, flip these back up, and then the last thing you can do with the guns, take them off, and it doesn't really matter which way because they're both do it, but you can make him have extra long rifle. It's kind of goofy and pointless, but you can make him hold it, although you can't really actually make him aim and fire. You can just kind of have him holding it. I mean, it's a thing you can do. It's goofy. I think this one's supposed to be the back one because it is more square. This one's more rounded. Honestly, I would have preferred them not deal with this and just have it to where they're both uniform and mirrored so that you can, well, so it looks more uniform on here. All right, let's go ahead and get them in the position for tank mode, and I do believe that's there. So you got turret. And for Tarn, let's go ahead and get him transformed. Okay, so first thing you want to do is just kind of undo that. Rotate these down like you were if you're going to put this backpack on. Unclip that, rotate that around, flip his head back. Probably want to make sure it's straightened up first, but rotate that back. Untab his chest plate. Untab. Okay, yeah, flip it up a little bit. And then slide out ever so slightly, and then undo that, flip that up, and then fully rotate the rest of the way around. And keep it that way. And then rotate arms around, rotate around, hands. Let's see, go ahead and rotate these forearm bits around. Then rotate his hands where the hand closed position is facing. Rotate that around. There we are. Rotate around. Then clip the legs together. Flip the feet all the way down. And then, what's really nice. Oh, I didn't point it out necessarily. Before I do it, there is a lot of gap fillers. Like there's like almost no gaps on this guy, which is amazing. Like it's stellar. Like they went above and beyond on this guy. I think it's because they knew that if they messed up or didn't go all out on a fan favorite comic book character that's never been on an official toy, I think they knew the fans were going to be very upset with them. And also, I have a feeling at least some of the designers, as much as some fans might want to disagree and complain about the designers not really caring, but I think in this case the designers actually really did care about making a great figure. But like I said earlier, they definitely focused more for the robot mode, but even the tank mode works and it doesn't look horrible. Also, make sure that tab's right there. Don't know if I mentioned that, but tab in. And then just go ahead and close the feet out and the feet down around here. This all tabs in together, although be careful that you don't untab everything else in the process of doing that. Alright, next thing to do, or pretty much the last thing to do to wrap this up, is you open this up, flip around, and it does kind of feel like it's a little sticky, but there we are. Get that in there. And then get that one back tabbed up. I will admit, he does have visible hand syndrome, but considering he's a Cybertronian tank, I don't really care that much. I mean, you can see his feet, you can see his kneecaps, you can see his hands. I mean, if you look really closely, you can see part of his head, but I mean, hey, Cybertronian, and he actually looks pretty good. I don't know if this is close to his actual comic book tank mode, but that's another thing I'll need to look at. Then just go ahead and tab the turret in here. This is one of those modes, Transformers, that if you lose his weapons, you pretty much mess up the alt mode. Although, at the very least, he does still have these two guns if you lose that. So, he's not going to be completely defenseless. But yeah, he's a tank. No wheels. What I think is really hilarious, though, is that they put molded in wheels. Like, it's something completely unnecessary because, well, I mean, maybe not, because if you look on, it may still raise it up for these panels, but I think it's silly. It's like, why not put the actual wheels so you can actually roll, or just not include them at all? Because it's like an homage to older toys. I mean, I think it's funny if that's what they were doing, but it doesn't really matter because it's not like you can visibly see them, but I mean, I guess you can slide him around somewhat well, depending on what surface he's on. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And due to the design, you can actually rotate the turret around. Nothing for these two front guns, but hey, considering that the alt mode is like an afterthought with this guy, it's really good. Definitely like this guy. Even if you're not a huge fan of the character Tarn, definitely an excellent figure. And I definitely recommend you picking him up. And that's about it for Transformers Legacy Evolution comic book universe Tarn. And if you like this review and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.